Pittsburgh, the NFL has suspended Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver DK Metcalf for 2 games following a sideline altercation with a fan during the team's 29-24 Week 16 win at Detroit, the league announced Monday. Metcalf is expected to appeal, but the suspension, if upheld, will cost him roughly $277,778 per game, a total of just over $555,000, and will sideline him for the final 2 regular season contests, what the league said. The NFL's statement cited league policy that prohibits players from entering the stands or otherwise confronting fans on game day. It specifically noted that if a player makes unnecessary physical contact with a fan in any way that constitutes unsportsmanlike conduct or presents crowd control issues and/or risk of injury, he will be held accountable. The league's decision follows an investigation of broadcast video, stadium security reports, and interviews related to the incident. The incident video captured Metcalf approaching a fan in the front row late in the second quarter while Detroit's offense was on the field. After a verbal exchange, Metcalf appeared to throw a punch at the fan's head. Officials did not see the contact in real time, and no in-game flag or ejection was issued for the player. The fan, identified in local reporting as Ryan Kennedy, was removed from Ford Field. Conflicting accounts and context. Initial reporting included an allegation that the fan used a derogatory racial slur aimed at Metcalf and his mother. Sources told NFL Network's Tom Pelissero the fan used a racial epithet. Kennedy's attorney has publicly denied those claims, calling them completely false. The two reportedly have prior history. Metcalf is said to have reported the same spectator to NFL security during a Seahawks visit to Detroit in 2024. Metcalf's appeal and financial consequences. Metcalf's camp has signaled that he will appeal the suspension. The appeals process gives the player an opportunity to present additional context and evidence before an independent arbitrator or the league's appointed officer. Meanwhile, the financial hit is immediate. Metcalf will forfeit game checks for the 2 missed regular season games if the suspension stands. Practical impact for the Steelers. Metcalf's absence would remove a primary vertical threat from Pittsburgh's passing game for the Browns and Raiders matchups, the team's final 2 regular season opponents, and force coordinator game plans to lean more on the run and short to intermediate passing attacks. If the suspension remains in place through the regular season, Metcalf would be eligible to return for the postseason, assuming the Steelers qualify and he loses his appeal, or the appeal does not overturn the suspension for playoff eligibility. That scenario would allow Pittsburgh to have him available in the postseason, though whether the team chooses to activate him for a playoff roster spot would be a separate coaching and personnel decision. Broader implications. The suspension underscores the NFL's strict stance on player conduct around fans and the league's emphasis on sideline safety and crowd control. Even when a fan provokes a player, the league has made clear that physical retaliation by a player is not permissible. For Metcalf, a high-profile veteran acquisition expected to be a major offensive catalyst, the disciplinary action creates both a financial penalty and a potential disruption to the Steelers' late season continuity. What to watch next? The outcome of Metcalf's appeal and whether the suspension is reduced or overturned. Any statement from Metcalf or the Steelers that expands on his side of the story. Whether the NFL releases additional findings about the fans' conduct or prior incidents cited during the investigation. How Pittsburgh adjusts its offensive game plans for the next 2 weeks if Metcalf's suspension is upheld. The situation remains fluid. The appeal process and any supplementary league findings could change the ultimate consequences for Metcalf and the team. For now, Pittsburgh will proceed with its Week 17 preparations with the uncertainty of whether one of its top receivers will be available to close the regular season.